Hey guys, welcome back to Fitness IRL. Today we're going to be doing an upper body workout, and today is also day 2 of our summer shred program. So today I'm going to be showing you guys exercises and the workout structure for an upper body workout. It is not a follow along like yesterday's leg workout. That's actually because I forgot to record me doing the workout. So on Friday I'll do another follow along one, just because I know it's kind of easier if someone watches someone do it other than being told to go do this and make yourself do it. So quickly I'm just going to kind of explain the workout structure before I explain all the exercises. How it's going to work is we're going to have 7 exercises done all right after another. So every exercise is going to be done for 1 minute. So we're basically working for 7 minutes straight without any rest, but we're not working the same body parts at the same time. It's going to be like a chest, back, then we're doing a shoulder, triceps and bicep exercise, right? So we're kind of changing it up and we're not exhausting them in a row, so you're being able to push through it all. And after you do 1 round, you get a 1.5 minute rest. After that 1.5 minute rest, you're going to jump back into the exercises. And if the 1.5 minute rest isn't enough, only go up to 2 minutes. You don't want to go really past that because you still want to fall in that hypertrophy range of resting. And then basically after you do 1 round, I'm going to advise you do 3 to 5 in total rounds of working out. Because basically if you do at the end of 3 rounds, you've worked out for around 25 minutes now, because it's 7 minutes, and that's 3 minutes of rest without including the third rest, right? So around 24 minutes. So that point, for a lot of people, that might be enough, because this is going to be decently hard, because you are working out for at least 21 minutes at that point, and you're only resting for a little bit. So you might stop at that point. If you think you can still going, keep going, go up to 5. I wouldn't say go much past that, because that's quite a lot of volume. That's not the point, because we're going to be in a caloric deficit right now, so we might not have as much energy to keep going. And I don't want to advise you work out for 3 hours here when we're doing these. But yeah, and if you ever want to make it harder, I'm going to say you can add weights, resistance bands, whatever you want, if you just want to do 3, or if you want to change up the workout a little bit. But quickly, I'm going to go through all the exercises, and yeah, so let's just get right into it. Okay guys, so for our first exercise, what we're going to be doing is something called elevated push-ups. Basically all it is, as you can see, I have dumbbells on the ground, and you can always increase the height. Basically what's going to happen is we're going to put our hands on something above the ground to increase how high our hands are. What this is going to do, this is going to add a stretch at the bottom of our push-ups. So when we go down, instead of stopping where our hands would be, we can go the extra inch or 2 and come back up with it. That was my elbow cracking, I'm okay though. And when we go down, we just kind of keep that slow motion. And by going that extra bit, we're not engaging our shoulders as much, or our elbows, because we have to come back and really stretch out our chest. So our first movement tends to be a little more chest and activates it better. So if you feel in the shoulders or triceps a lot, doing these, or especially holding at the bottom and really feeling that stretch, and really just trying to push through the bottom inwards, that's how you're really going to get that nice chest pump during this exercise. For our second workout, we're going to be doing something called, I like to call low to high row. So basically how it's going to work is, this is without weights. If you have weights, you can see my little dumbbells in the back. You can use weights if you want during the workout, if perchance like you do 5 and you realize that's too easy, or if you want to just add weight and make it harder, whatever you want to do. Basically how it's going to work, we're going to start bent over, and basically we're just going to hang our arms back, and we're going to fully round out our shoulders. Our first movement is, all we're going to do, we're not going to activate our biceps, anything at all. We're just going to pull our shoulder blades back and contract our back. Then what we want to do is we want to activate our lats now. So we're going to come up, straight arms, and fully come up. You can go up a little higher if you want, depending on your range of motion. And all you do is you want to do a slow contraction, not drop it, round out your back again, and start here. And basically it's just this nice concentric motion throughout your back. And if you have good mind muscle connection, you really feel it. If you don't, just focus on that. So nice and slow, just up without moving your arms, and then moving back without trying to activate your triceps to move them up this way, and just using your lats to really pull them back. But for our third exercise, we're gonna do another chest exercise, but now we're gonna kind of hit a little more upper chest and a bit of shoulders. We're gonna be doing an incline push-up, but let's say you don't have something to put your feet on or whatever, and you're just on a mat, whatever works. Because this is supposed to be repetitive, so as soon as you finish the second exercise, you want to go straight into this. So if you're just on the floor, this works too. I prefer doing it on the floor just because I feel like I can contract my upper chest more. So basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into a diamond position, if you know what that is. Go into a diamond position, you stick your ass in the air, and we're gonna get into this weird little pose here. But basically, when we come down, we're gonna come down at an angle, so we activate our upper chest. And when we come back up, I want you guys to try and get your biceps to touch each other, right? So I face you guys, and I come down, and I come up. At the top, this should be how close you're trying to get, right? That's why we're not out here when we're doing it. I want you guys to be in closer, so when you're on your way up, your upper chest can actually come close together, because your chest is a squeezing muscle. So your chest moves inwards, your upper chest will move outwards, but it will always move in no matter when you contract your chest. Like your triceps will do actually a lot of pushing motion, but your chest, its main thing is for squeezing, which also helps with the push. But really trying to focus on all these squeezings while you're doing at-home workouts will really help strengthen up your chest and make it grow if you don't have a lot of weights to assist in it. For our fourth exercise, we're going to do another back exercise because we really want to hit our bigger groups before I do our minor groups again. So for this one, we're going to be doing W fly good mornings. If you know what a good morning is, it's meant for your lower back, and basically what you do, or your hamstrings, depending on how you do it, there's two variations. But basically what you do, you're going to kind of stick your ass out, and you're going to lean forward and come up using your lower back every time, right? Basically what we want to do is, since you might not have a lot of weights, and usually you can do this with a barbell on your back, and that's how you'd add weight to it. People aren't going to have barbells always with you, so basically to make this a little harder, we're going to add a W fly. So basically we're going to start off, put your arms in a nice little 45-degree angle and just bring them down to form a little W. Basically what happens is come forward, go back into leaning over in your good morning. What you want to do is raise your back up in that W position and really draw your shoulder blades together. And on your way up, you're going to keep it, hold it and contract it, and come back, holding it still, and then come back together. And basically it's just a repeat of this motion. And if you have weights, use weights, add some more resistance if it's too easy for you. But I still like it even without weights because it helps with that mind-muscle connection. If you're really good with it, you can really hold that contraction and it feels really good at the end of it. Okay. So for our fifth exercise, we're going to be doing something called a side front kind of hand clap or high raise, whatever you want to call it. So basically we're going to start it on our sides, and it's going to be for our lateral delt first. So we're going to come up, right, and we're only going to contract here with our lateral, so we're not going to be shrugging up at all during this one. So right, you want to basically, you can activate your lats, like your back lats, to hold down your shoulders or your traps. Then when you come up, you're only using your shoulders. I'm not up here, I'm not bringing anything to my neck or my ears. I'm just bringing shoulders up. You kind of clap the back of your hands. You don't want to be like this. Turn them out so your lateral delt is always kind of facing sideways. Then basically when we're up here, we're going to come down and make sure to control these movements because we don't have weights, so we really want to focus on our mind muscle connection with these. We're going to use our shoulders, bring it in, and we're raising them up. Activate our front delts a bit. Right, and then just kind of keep this slow motion and really trying to target your shoulders. And this isn't the hardest one or our hardest exercise in this workout, but the thing is where I've placed it after our big muscle groups and after our chest exercises. And basically at this point I'm really hoping you guys will feel it more in your shoulders in case you guys have used your shoulders a bit in your chest exercises, which is always going to happen a little bit. So at this point your shoulders might already be a little sore, and doing these for a minute long can kind of already make you sore. So doing these already a little sore is really gonna make you guys have to push through a lot of pain, but it's definitely worth it. Okay, so for our second last exercise, we're gonna be doing something called bodyweight tricep extensions. Now basically we're gonna get into a push-up-like position. Depending how strong you are, you're gonna wanna put your hands closer or farther. The farther you get, the easier it's gonna get, and I'll show you why. So what we're gonna do, you can have your hands close, again, far apart. It's whatever works for you, whatever feels better, whatever you want to necessarily do. I like to go just about shoulders width, because that just feels best for me. So when we're gonna go down, I'm gonna stay kind of close. But when we usually do a push-up, we kind of go down like this, and our elbows kind of stay in the same position the whole time. Now what we're gonna do to really activate our triceps, we're gonna lead with our triceps, not our triceps, we're gonna lead with our elbows. So you're gonna bring your elbow to the ground basically. And how this is gonna look is just like this. And see how when I do this, my arm's not coming up, it's not moving back to stretch out our chest and push with our shoulder and our shoulder. All we're doing is on our way down, is we're coming down with our elbows and we're pushing through. So now the harder you want to make it, the closer you'll get to yourself, because the more weight and the more range of motion you're gonna have on top of your triceps. The farther you get away, it becomes a little easier because less weight is out here and it's kind of a little less range of motion. But also remember guys, every exercise is for a whole minute. I know for me, while doing the circuit, I'm not gonna do a minute straight of as close as I can to me, because I already know I'm gonna be doing this more than one time. So I want to pace yourself, but still push yourself. So don't go as far as you can out and do like 3 in 1 minute. Still push yourself, but don't overexert yourself and not be able to finish the workout. For our 7th and final exercise for this upper body circuit, we're gonna be doing towel curls to get those biceps going. I know a lot of people, towel curls might not seem like the best option. If you have weights, you can use weights. But this is also, even if you have weights, I recommend doing these. These are also a good exercise, and I'm gonna show you why. And if you don't have weights, they're a great option. So what we're gonna do is, first of all, when we grab our towel, we're gonna grab it like this. So our hands are on the outside, and we have it hanging out like this. This is gonna cause a supination aspect happening, and you're gonna have to resist. So if you look, our biceps move 2 main ways. One is straight up, when you do a normal bicep curl. And if you look at it, when I turn my hand, you can see my bicep move up. So this is also another movement of the bicep, is when you supinate, which is turn your hand inwards. So when we hold our towel like this, and we try and supinate in, when we push the towel out again, it's gonna try and force us to do this, and it's gonna create even more bicep tension. So, let me get in frame here. So what we're gonna do is just hook your towel on your feet. We're gonna lay down. And basically all you do is, when you come in, you don't want to apply a lot of pressure, because it's kind of hard to know how much to add. You can still apply some pressure, but you don't want to apply tons, because your biceps are not stronger than your legs. So you want to kind of just get a nice contraction in, hold it, and what's going to happen, you're going to extend out, but you're going to focus on that negative. So you hold that contraction, and basically you increase the weight on the way down, right? And basically the aspect of this is really trying to hold that end contraction and focus on that negative. Because if you don't have weight, it's going to be hard to get that eccentric motion upwards and get a lot of weight behind it. Because it's, I'm not going to say it isn't awkward doing it with the towel in your legs. It's an awkward amount of weight and trying to figure out how much you are, or how much weight to apply with your legs. So I would just really focus on, you can kind of keep your legs just at rest, curling inwards, hold it, but extend out decently hard to really fight against it. Make sure to really try and curl in as well. If your hands come out, that's fine. Just try your best to keep the whole contraction in a huge negative, so that's also going to stimulate growth, and it's really going to help out with strength. So I hope you guys saw all those exercises and you know what you're going to do. So just remember, it's 1 minute per exercise. Minute and a half rest after you complete every exercise. So it's 7 minutes, minute and a half rest. Then you repeat the entire circuit and you go to 3 to 5 rounds depending on where you can go without resting too much in between exercises. And I hope you guys enjoy this workout. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, tell me if there's a specific kind of exercise you guys might want me to include, if you guys want me to change something up, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.